यू आर इम्प्रूविंग पर्सनली और प्रोफेशनली। तो बहुत बार ऐसा क्यों होता है, बहुत बार क्या 99% ही हो जाता है, 1% ही कम रहता है कि आपके जो बहुत क्लोज बाय लोग भी होते हैं ना, दे फील जेलेस, है ना। कुछ
हम्म।
एक ऑकवर्डनेस ही हो जाती है रिलेशनशिप्स में। तो इज इट ए नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बिहेवियर?
हम्म। या सो थोड़ा सा ना आप अपने आपके अंदर टटोल के देखना मोनिका, एंड दिस इज पार्ट ऑफ इट, ओके, दिस नॉट द एंटायर थिंग। इफ यू आर बीइंग जजमेंटल, ओके, क्या होता है जब हम सेल्फ ग्रोथ जर्नी पे होते हैं, सो वी आर ऑब्वियसली गेटिंग बेटर देन अदर पीपल, राइट? And then we start judging, we start subconsciously praising ourselves or thinking good of ourselves, and kind of look down on other people around us.
ओके।
And possibly that is the part of the reason why this judgment gets reflected back to us.
ओके।
Hmm.
नहीं, इसमें मैंने ये भी देखा है, जब आप सेल्फ ग्रोथ में हो, स्पेशली, वैसे तो हर एज ग्रुप में ही होता है, आप स्कूल में हो, कॉलेज में हो, मैंने जनरली सोसाइटी में भी ऑब्जर्व किया है और खुद के साथ भी किया है। लोग अननेसेसरली क्रिटिकल हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि जैसे मैंने खुद देखा है, ये ऑब्जर्व किया है। जैसे मैं और मेरी फ्रेंड, उसके बाद वो थर्ड फ्रेंड अगर ग्रो कर रही है, तो मैं जनरली नहीं बिचिंग करती कि उसकी लाइफ, उसको जो डिसीजन लेना है, जब वो ग्रो कर रही है अच्छी बात है, अगर कुछ पॉजिटिवली कर रही है। समटाइम ना लोग, जैसे अब मेरी वो सेकंड फ्रेंड है, वो आके मेरे साथ बिचिंग करेगी, तो मुझे बड़ा ही लो भी फील होता है, नेगेटिव भी फील होता है। मैं
हाँ, हाँ।
वैसे ऐसे तो, कि भाई वाई टू बिच,
Hmm.
अब उसकी लाइफ वो कर रही है, तुम्हारे और मेरी लाइफ पे कोई इम्पैक्ट आ नहीं रहा उस चीज का। मे भी इतना इम्पैक्ट समटाइम्स हो जाता है जो क्लोज रिलेशनशिप में, कि वो सामने वाला बंदा आपको टाइम ज्यादा दे रहा था।
हाँ,
अब वो
हाँ, हाँ।
टाइम कम, एक टाइम का क्रंच मैंने जरूर देखा है, कि जो सेल्फ ग्रोथ पे चले जाते हैं, जिन्होंने मुझे भी टाइम कम दिया, अब मैं भी कई बार, जब मैं भी कुछ सीख रही होती हूँ, कुछ नया ऐड कर रही होती हूँ लाइफ में, तो टाइम थोड़ा कई बार कम पड़ने लगता है। जहाँ कम भी नहीं पड़ता, एक वही जैसे आप कह रहे हो कि आप अपनी सेल्फ ग्रोथ पे होते हो, तो कुछ चीजें आप निकाल देते हो, आपको कुछ कुछ हैबिट्स रिमूव भी तो करनी है ना, तभी सेल्फ
Hmm.
ग्रो करोगे। तो मे बी वो जो आपने कहा कि शायद मैं भी वैसे सोचती हूँ, जो दूसरे भी ऐसे सोचने लगते हैं कि जो सेल्फ ग्रोथ जर्नी पे है, वो दूसरे को लुक डाउन देख रहा है कि वो कुछ नहीं करा।
हाँ, और
मे बी।
इसमें एक और पर्सपेक्टिव आप ले सकते हो मोनिका, अगर अद्वैत फिलॉसफी के बारे में देखें, जहाँ ये कहा जाता है कि द वर्ल्ड इज ए रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ आवर सेल्स, ओके, तो उसका एक अलग इंटरप्रिटेशन ये है कि अगर कोई दूसरा प्रोग्रेस कर रहा है तो हम ही प्रोग्रेस कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि उनमें और मेरे में कोई फर्क नहीं है।
राइट।
तो हमारे एक टीचर कहते हैं, मुदित मुदित उसको वर्ड यूज करते हैं, कि दूसरे की खुशी में खुश होना, ये एक मोक्ष पाने का सबसे आसान तरीका है।
हम्म।
ओके,
गॉट इट।
इफ यू आर मुदित, इफ यू आर हैप्पी इन somebody else's happiness, this is the easiest way to nirvana.
ओके।
He says
गॉट
it's
इट।
a lazy person's way to nirvana. आपने खुश कुछ नहीं करना, खाली आपके दूसरे की खुशी में खुश होना है आपको।
ओके। गॉट इट। गॉट इट।
तो ये आप ट्राई करके देखिए।
डेफिनेटली।
हम्म।
एक ये, ऑल वेल सर?
हाँ, नहीं वो मैंने मॉस्किटो कोइल लगाया हुआ था, तो वो पैर पे गिर गया, नीचे डेस्क के नीचे रखा था।
ओ, ओ। तो एक और होता है कि दूसरी बात, जैसे जो भी मेरा जर्नी चल रहा है, जो मैंने आपको 1.5 मंथ पहले शेयर किया था, मैं अपने नेगेटिव थॉट प्रोसेस के बारे में, व्हेन आई एम टू मच बिजी ना थ्रू द डे, तो मुझे कोई नेगेटिव थॉट नहीं आता, कोई
हम्म।
लो फीलिंग नहीं आती। पर जब भी मेरे पास थोड़ी सी भी फ्री विंडो होती है ना, तो मतलब मुझे लो फील होता है।
क्लाउड्स की तरह वो आ जाते हैं ना थॉट्स हमारे। उस वक्त सांस पे ध्यान लगाइए।
ओके।
हम्म, थोड़ा थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस करिए, 1 मिनट के लिए ही शुरू करिए, 1 मिनट के लिए सांस पे ध्यान लगाना, या गहरी सांसें लेना। 1 मिनट में करीब हम 6 बार गहरी सांस ले सकते हैं। ओके,
ओके।
सो fill your lungs completely, inhale, and then exhale fully, अबाउट 6 टाइम्स यू विल बी एबल टू डू, क्योंकि स्टॉप वॉच देख के पॉसिबल नहीं है हर बार करना, तो काउंट से करेंगे 6 बार, तो 1 मिनट काफी होता है वो, एटलीस्ट पैटर्न ब्रेक हो जाएगा।
ओके।
एंड जस्ट अगर उससे भी फर्क नहीं पड़ता, जस्ट एक्सेप्ट इट, जो हो रहा है होने दो, अच्छे के लिए ही हो रहा है। जो
हम्म।
हो रहा है वो भी अच्छे के लिए हो रहा है, जो नहीं हो रहा है वो भी अच्छे के लिए हो रहा है। दिस इज द थर्ड थिंग दैट यू कैन डू। अगर
ओके।
लो फील कर रही हो तो भी ठीक है, लेट इट बी।
हाँ, वो जो जब भी कुछ ऐसा रहे ना, कोई टाइम खाली आधा घंटा 1 घंटा, किसी
हम्म।
दिन ऑफिस का भी काम कम है जो कुछ है,
हम्म।
तो मैंने देखा है वो ना ऐसी, जब मैं पूरा बैक टू बैक, तो आज जैसे मैं सुबह से बहुत बिजी हूँ, तो मेरा बैक टू बैक है, तो मुझे सुबह से एक भी नेगेटिव थॉट नहीं आया, एक भी।
हम्म।
ऑल्दो मेरी मदर भी थोड़ा ठीक नहीं रह रही, तो वो भी मुझे कई बार मतलब हॉन्ट सा करता रहता है, बिकॉज आई एम वेरी क्लोज टू माई मदर इमोशनली। तो उनको कुछ हो जाएगा तो वो मुझे रहता है कि मेरे को संभालना अपने आप को खुद ही। आई एम डूइंग चैंटिंग की, जैसे मैंने आपको शेयर किया था ना कि मैं अपने हस्बैंड में वो लैक फील करती हूँ, कि आप थोड़ा पहले ही मेंटली प्रिपेयर हो, कुछ ना कुछ आपको दिख रही है ना चीजें। मुझे मेरी मदर की थोड़ी कंडीशन पिछले 1.5-2 साल में काफी उनकी हेल्थ डाउन गई है, तो मैं उनको पहले भी बोलती होती थी जब आई वॉज वेरी यंग बिफोर मैरिज, कि मम्मा आपको कुछ हो जाएगा तो मुझे बियर करना मुश्किल हो जाएगा। तो ऐसे मेरा बड़ा बेटा मुझे बोलता है, पता नहीं वो जनरेशन में आ गया कि इमोशनली हम बहुत ज्यादा अटैच हैं, तो मैं अभी
हम्म।
बड़े बेटे को अभी से ही बोलती हूँ कि बेटा बी स्ट्रांग, की मतलब कुछ थॉट प्रोसेस ऐसा चेंज करो कि अगर सपोज करो मम्मा कल नहीं है तो तुम्हें रहना है, और बहुत स्ट्रांग और स्ट्रेंथ के साथ रहना है, और स्टेबल लाइफ को एज ए विनर लेना है। तो फिर मैं अब वो धीरे धीरे अपने आप पे करती हूँ, पर मैं जब सोचती हूँ तो मुझे और वैसे भी मैं अभी आशीष को इतने अपीवल में देख चुकी हूँ, तो मैं सोचती हूँ कि अपने आप को थोड़ा पहले से ही आप चीजों को सोचो, समझो, देखो,
हम्म।
ऑब्जर्वेशन अपनी बढ़ाओ, और उस हिसाब से टेक्निक्स तो है ही, जैसे अभी आप बता रहे हो कि ब्रेथ कर लो, थोड़ा चैंटिंग कर लिया,
हम्म।
या फिर मैं सोचती हूँ कि पेरेंट्स के साथ हमेशा थोड़ा, जब वो ओल्ड एज में आना शुरू करते हैं, हमें थोड़ा ऐसे रखना चाहिए कि एक तो वो बहुत ज्यादा बिना ज्यादा तकलीफ के चले जाए दुनिया से, और
हम्म।
जहां भी जाएं वो पीसफुली,
या
दे मस्ट गिविंग ब्लेसिंग्स। मतलब ये थॉट प्रोसेस हमें जनरेशन टू जनरेशन पास करना चाहिए।
yeah, and see if it is possible, Monica, if you can spend a little bit more time with them.
ओके।
Mm. By being there with them, if possible.
हाँ, तो आई वाज
Mm.
थिंकिंग टू गो आफ्टर दिवाली, थोड़ा वो है।
Mm.
और वो भी है कि पेरेंट्स को, आशीष को भी मैंने ये बात कई बार समझाने की कोशिश करी थी, पर ही डिडंट गेट माई कॉन्टेक्स्ट की मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ। कि
Mm.
हमेशा ये सोचो कि एक तो वो घर में मतलब कलेश का हालात मत रखो,
Mm. Mm.
पीसफुली वो जाएंगे दुनिया से, उसके बाद फिर वो चले गए तो हमें सोचना चाहिए कि दे आर गिविंग द ब्लेसिंग, क्योंकि 70 और 80 की एज तक वो आ गए, ये एक अपने आप में बहुत खुशी की बात है कि
Mm. Mm.
ये
Mm.
एक बहुत बड़ी ब्लेसिंग है फैमिली, ओवरऑल फैमिली के लिए। मैं
सही
ऐसा
बात
थॉट
है।
प्रोसेस लेती हूँ कि
हम्म।
जिनके पेरेंट्स यंग एज में चले जाते हैं, अब उनके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं होती।
हम्म।
दिस इज माई थॉट प्रोसेस। लेट्स सी, मैं वैसे अपना मतलब ऐसे कुछ 1-1.5 महीने में मदर मेरी काफी ज्यादा तबीयत डाउन थी, तो मैंने ये जो सोचा पिछले 1-1.5 महीने में, मेरा थॉट प्रोसेस था, वो शेयर कर रही हूँ।
हम्म। Yeah, sure.
तो यही है सब। बाकी तो वही सेल्फ ग्रोथ वाला है कि स्लोली ग्रेजुअली आया, कीपिंग माई फिंगर्स क्रॉस की विद इन 6 मंथ्स मतलब वो लेडर मेरा काफी अप हो जाएगा सेल्फ ग्रोथ
Yeah,
में।
definitely. Monica, I'm very happy with the active interest that you're taking in this and the way you're working. I'm sure you will see very good results. Mm.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
Mm. Mm. Mm.
uh, After my joining with you, I have started seeing my mind consciously, the limitations of my mind.
Mm.
The practices, all the practices we are doing all this time has created a space between the conditioned mind, and I am able to watch my mind and consciously living in the mindfulness.
Very nice.
So each time I wait for Thursday or Saturday class to reinforce myself
Hmm.
to come out of my conditioned mind.
Beautiful.
The,
Beautiful.
the space which I am having with you all, I want to have more about it, because this is it. So many years, the conditioned mind cannot go away immediately.
Hmm. I agree.
So, though we have only 2 sessions, but we have to other hours, we again the old mind comes into it, and mindfulness. It is
Hmm.
a fight. Still, I will tell, it is a fight between the, but I'm aware of it, right? That is a good thing, part of
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah. Yeah. That awareness is very important, Hari. And as long as we are aware, we are conscious. At least we
Yes,
can choose consciously.
yes, that now I am doing that. I'm able
Hmm.
to choose consciously,
Hmm.
and that giving me good. And if I wish, if you could give a app where everyone wants to go, where everyone watch, or whenever they are free, when they are, see, sometimes most of us are not free at 8 o'clock, or Saturday 6 o'clock. If there
Hmm.
is a designed app where we can get into it, see your recordings or sessions, all that what you have, your services with lot of people you have been doing, so
Hmm.
that will reinforce us every time.
Okay. Okay.
So
Uh,
getting into it, that I think so that will be more helpful. So some people who come out and they're again after some time, after 1 year or so, after leaving these classes or after these sessions, they may go back to their old condition mind.
hmm. Okay. Okay.
So I felt something like that.
Very
So
nice.
I want to be at least, see, whenever I am free, not going back into the old identity, the aware identity. I want to be uh, then I don't have only, I have only 2 hours in a week. So if I have more hour time to get into this, it will be
Hmm.
more helpful for me. I am thinking that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
That's all, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Hari. We really appreciate your feedback. App has been on our mind for a long time. I have been desisting from having an app, but we'll definitely give it a serious thought. Yeah, thank you. Hi, Kamlesh. So good to see you.
Ashish ji,
Hello.
namaskar. How
Namaste,
are you doing,
namaste.
sir?
Very good. You're on your way home.
Yes, I'm on my way home, so that's why my camera would be off. If I was in office, I would have switched on my camera.
Definitely.
But here you can see me, so
Yes,
that you
yes, I
don't
can
forget
see
my
you.
face.
Yeah, yeah. Very happy to see you. And any expectations you have, Kamlesh, from the session today?
Well, the expectation is that I have a lot of task in hand. We all
Hmm.
have, right? As humans, whether we are working or whether we are at home, and we have very limited time, and time is something which can never come back.
Hmm.
And today, a lot of distractions are there in this living world, which are distracting us from the task which we want to complete. And one of the issue is with the digital world which we are staying in, and where we have to make a presence, and sometimes it's overwhelming. So my expectation is to understand how do I better manage these kind of digital distractions, and that's what is
Sure.
I'm attending this session.
Sure, sure, Kamlesh. Thank you for sharing that. And what I would request you is, as much as possible, stay actively engaged, because the value we will derive from this session is more by discussion than by my sharing the content. So I'll request you to be actively engaged. Hmm.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
So on today's call, I have also invited one of my colleague. I don't know if she's joined the call, Gloria.
Gloria is there.
So
Gloria is there. Yes.
okay, okay. So
Yeah.
So she would be a part of the call. I have taken the freedom to invite her for this
Of
call, if you
course.
don't mind.
Of course. With pleasure, Kamlesh. You want to say hi to Gloria? She's there on the call.
Very good. So Gloria, hi. She's working in communication for the UAE government, and she's at an important position. And I think she doesn't speak much, but I let her introduce herself, or maybe she can just be a part of the call.
Sure, sure. Welcome to the session, Gloria. We'll be happy to hear from you. Hello, Shruti. Allow me a minute. We will get started. Good evening and welcome everyone to this session, Digital Detox for Busy Professionals. And there is so much of digital overload that we have these days. We are distracted, as Kamlesh was mentioning. And this adversely impacts our productivity. And by being distracted, we lose our competitive edge. So our session today is about how can we focus better and be more productive at work and become more competitive. The session that we have put together is we are going to understand what digital detox is, what is the cost it has for us. But before we dive into the session, I would request you to briefly introduce yourself, your name, which city you are from, what's your professional experience, and what is your expectation from the session today. Quickly, in one word each, if you can share. Kamlesh has already shared and he's driving, so I won't bother him. But Hari, Vishaka, Shruti, Gloria, Dr. Arshna, anyone would like to go first, we'll be happy to hear from you.
Yeah, digital detox is necessary because most of the time we are distracted with all the media around us.
Hmm.
So it is escapism from the reality.
Correct.
So, but it has become a habit to us.
Hmm.
So we have to be conscious about that. How much we have to be using that digital this thing. So
Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that,
yeah,
Hari. Hari, whom would you like to invite next to share?
Abhishek.
Yeah, hi everybody. Very good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Abhishek.
Hi, hi. Well, I think I just joined. Uh, the context is to share the views about digital detox.
Yes. Your expectations from the session today.
Okay, okay, awesome, awesome. I think this is a beautiful topic. In fact, digital detox is really important for all ages. I mean, we have been hearing kids, watching screens during all their activities before sleep, while having food, and things like that. And of course, for our age also, because we are always in front of our screens throughout the day. So I think we also need quite a rest medically also. If we talk about it, yeah, there are a lot of disadvantages as far as your eyesight is concerned and other aspects are concerned. And so I think my expectations is that how do we break that um, habit of being surrounded by so many gadgets,
All right. All right.
from our mobile phones to tabs to laptops to our smart watches to smart rings to everything else, because for everything we need to see a screen for the result. So I think it will be a great session that way. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abhishek. Whom would you like to invite next to share?
Vishaka.
Anyone else?
Shruti.
Hmm.
Hello, Ashish. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Sorry, I just logged in last moment. I was so excited to join. So I just enrolled and I joined, and I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
So, see, my background has been designing for last 15 years, and now I'm into health, which is all digital space. So since 20 years, I've been sticking glued on my screen. I have tried everything to stay off, but my work is such that I have to be, on social media platforms, build my programs online while I teach people how to stay off screen because, for sleep, it's so important to maintain your circadian rhythm and everything. There are a lot of preventive measures one can take. I also take. But somewhere I still feel there is something that I'll pick up from today's session, which could be a game changer for myself. So I've come with very open mind and I'm here to learn. So I'm just excited and I will definitely share my learnings post the session.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shruti. Very beautifully
Thank
said.
you.
I would urge everybody to stay glued on for that one golden nugget that could, truly transform your life by detoxifying. So stay glued on. There may be many things which you already know, but one thing in the session I promise you will be there, which will help you deal with this challenge that all of us collectively are facing, and if I may say, as humanity. So it's very important for us to start this journey somewhere. And Shruti, whom would you like to invite next?
I see Abhishek on screen. I'm sorry, has he already shared? Because I
Yeah,
missed
he's
the
already
initial.
spoken.
Okay, let me see then. Naveen, I
Hmm.
see him here.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, Naveen. We meet
I,
quite
I,
often.
I, I could feel it that you're going to take my name, Shruti. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Shruti has been teaching about all these things herself. Because
Yes.
for the sleep, it is extremely important to go off your
Correct.
screen
Correct.
at least
Correct.
2 hours before you sleep.
Yes.
But I find, very interesting that Shruti is also here today.
Yeah.
So I'm sure
I,
more than learning, she will also give us some gyan to
Of
how do
course.
we.
Yeah.
So
saw
Ashish,
Naveen and sorry, but I saw Naveen and I was like, oh God, I'm caught.
Yeah.
Uh,
Naveen ji, you are right. Shruti is my teacher too. So I'm very
no,
happy
no,
to
I'm a
have her.
student over here and very happy to keep
Yeah.
learning new things. So yes.
So Ashish, these screens, without these screens, I think it is impossible to live the life today because everything is on the screen, whether it is laptop or an iPad or. But I think it is a great enemy as well for you and your health and your relationships.
Yes. Yes.
So, what I find very amazing these days is that although I don't do it, but even people sitting in two rooms, they talk to each other on the telephone, and on the dining table itself, instead of, earlier the dining table used to be for the family to get together in the evening and talk about how the day went. And these days, I think it is more of a kind of a, just eat the food and then go off to your own room. And during that period also, people are just scrolling as if something important. Without that, they are going to die. So,
Yeah.
as you know, I'm a student of Brahma Kumaris, and Sister Shivani keeps saying all the time that you should focus what you do. If you're eating, you must eat properly. You must taste every bit of it, as you should know what you're eating and how
Yeah.
much you're eating. But I think because of this scrolling all the time, I think there is the food doesn't go to the it is not meant for the body then, and it becomes a kind of a means to get sickness in your body.
Sure.
So I think it is, and even as I mentioned to you yesterday, even go to the flight. I mean, you see 99% people are just when they sit down, as if, and the moment the plane stops or it lands, and immediately, the first reaction is to switch on their phone as if something very very important in their life must have come on the WhatsApp or whatever, so without which again their life is going to go to end. So it is important for all of us to learn these habits of go out to the screen and for some hours in the day to make our life more meaningful and to focus more. I think it is going to become extremely useful if we can learn something out of this session today, and it will not only improve our health but also improve our efficiencies in our work area.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that, Navinji. And Navinji, who would you like to invite next to share?
The Dr. Archana Mawaji,
Yes.
has she spoken already?
Yeah. No, Dr. Archana. Dr.
Okay.
Archana, over to you.
Yeah, good evening everyone. I'm Dr. Archana Mauchi from Nawapur, Maharashtra, and I'm a dentist by profession. And I have been thinking about learning more about detoxing digitally since many days, and this course just came in front of me. Again, I'm expecting to be digitally literate regarding detoxification before I leave this session, because as Shruti ma'am also said that much of our work is related on screen, mobile or laptop and whatnot. So I just want to know how we can get the better of internet, as well as be mindful and mentally sound. Thank you.
Surely. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that, Dr. Archana. Whom would you like to invite next to speak?
Uh, Rosina.
All right. Rosina, Tanuja, anyone quickly, if you would like to share, then we can start with the session.
I think everybody should come on the live.
Yeah, it should be. It should be, because this is a session on digital detox. Multitasking is a myth. We are going to talk about that. So maybe we will have the hear from them as we go along. Thank you everybody for sharing your expectation. I request you to stay focused on the session. And I would like to begin by sharing about this 70-20-10 rule. Some of you may already be familiar with. This is the rule for adult learning. And the 10% of the learning will happen in the session by the content that I share with you. 20% will happen by discussions amongst each other. And 70% of the learning happens when you apply what you have learned today. So please keep your notes handy, take notebooks handy, take extensive notes, and be willing to apply. We will keep this group open for a week where you can share with us how you are applying what you have learned in the session today and the challenges that you're facing. And we'll keep the group open for sharing amongst each other so that people benefit. Now, some of the challenges that you've already mentioned is because of digital overload is racing thoughts, feeling overwhelmed, brain fog, not being able to take decisions, lack of clarity, and being busy throughout the day but not accomplishing much. And this is attributable to the distraction that we have. And I will pause here to launch a poll for you so that we get to know what is the main cause of distraction for you. Are you able to see the poll?
Yes.
So please vote, and you can vote more than one. Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, meetings. All right. Others. So WhatsApp is emerging. Has everybody voted? Quickly, please. Okay, almost everybody has voted. So WhatsApp is emerged as the number one cause, and we will devote some time to discussing this. Number two is Instagram, followed by meetings and YouTube and emails. Okay. So thank you for sharing that, friends. And let's see how we can deal with that in our session today. Just give me a minute. So we're going to start by understanding what is the cost of overload and what are the benefits. What comes to your mind when you look at this picture? How would you describe the state of mind of this person?
Not present
I
at the
see
moment.
myself.
You see yourself. Yeah, okay.
Not enjoying the moment.
Not enjoying the moment. It's a distracted state of mind. Okay. When he's at work, he's thinking of holiday. When he's at holiday, he's worrying about work. And he's not enjoying, he's not fully focused, like Naveenji was talking about, fully focused in the present. When he's working, he's not focused on work. And when he's holidaying, he's not able to enjoy his holiday. So, distracted state of mind is an unhappy state of mind. Distracted state of mind is a state where we are not productive. So, for productivity and for happiness, both being focused is very important. And we will have a experiential practice today where we'll be learn how to be focused. And this is not merely an issue of happiness, it's causing billions of dollars of loss. And, there is research which shows that 79% of the employees are distracted. Now, imagine you have 10 people or 100 people working for you, 80 of them or 79 of them are distracted. What kind of productivity will we get out of that? Or for ourselves? Another reason that it is very important for us to understand is that the garbage that we put in our mind does not go out, it stays there. Garbage in, garbage stays. So we have to be very careful about what we are putting into our mind. If you're seeing movies with violence, sex, or whatever, it's not going anywhere. It's not getting over with your when the movie gets over. Those thoughts have been dumped in your mind, and those thoughts are what is going to create your reality. Whether it is deceit or whatever, betrayal, there's so much that kind of stuff that is there out there on the social media or in the newspapers. You pick up a newspaper, other than the sports page, is there anything positive in the newspaper? It talks about war, it talks about corruption, it talks about um, people going on strike, this, that, all over, all negative thing. I stopped reading newspaper. It does not mean I'm not informed, but I choose what to consume, where to consume, when I want to consume. So be very careful. We are very careful when it comes to the physical diet, but we are not careful when it comes to the mental diet. We think it's a garbage can. We can put anything in, but we don't realize that it's not possible to empty this can. So we have to be very, very choosy, because these thoughts is what creates our reality. So please understand that. Also, we need to understand, and this is an article from Vedanta, which is one of the leading hospitals in India, that the overload, the digital overload, leads to dementia. And we have Dr. Abhishek here, Dr. Archana here. I'm sure you would agree with me that this is the kind of impact it has. And this is delayed impact. We won't know it today. It's over a period of time. That when things start happening. And just to illustrate to you what dementia practically would mean for someone, so one of our family friends, I would just use their surname, Rastogis. My friend Rastogi lost his father, and because they're family friend, I just called to express my grief, and I was asking him how is auntie feeling, uh, you know, and what he shared with me stunned me. He says that mom is not feeling anything because she has got dementia. She doesn't realize that she has lost her husband. So if we lose our memory, then we lose everything. And later we won't be able to do much. But today we can take control by putting what we put into our mind. So, talking about the cost of overload, we saw that productivity, it has an impact on productivity. Our attention is fractured. We are not able to work. Relationships, Naveenji was talking about, relationships. If I am with you, and imagine if I am checking my phone, how would you feel? Or if you are with me and you are checking your phone all the time, how would we feel? Think about, uh, you know, husband and wife being together. Wife wants husband's attention, but husband is on the phone. Or father and son. Son wants father's attention, father is on the phone all the time. How would you feel? Relationships are taking a toll because of this, whether it is boss or subordinate or colleagues. We are not having time. We are not having the presence. The attention is the best gift that we can give to our people. So the impact on relationships and the health we already discussed, sleep, stress, and the burnout. This is the kind of challenge that we are having. We discussed that we are living more online, rapid task switching, and we think that multitasking is something which is good, but there is a lot of research which says that multitasking is a myth and it actually reduces productivity by 40%. There are innumerable studies. Anybody wants reference, everything that I'm sharing here is very well researched, backed by research, and got references. 40% reduction in productivity when we are doing multitasking. And another thing we need to be aware of is the attention residue. So once we take a break from doing something, it takes 23 minutes for us to get complete focus back. So sometimes we feel, oh, it's just 1 minute that I have watched Instagram reel for, though we can't stop at 1 minute, but assuming it's 1 minute, but it's not actually 1 minute. You've lost 21 plus 23 minutes. So it takes you 24 minutes to get back to the complete focus. So be very careful about where the attention is going. It is the most precious resource that we have got. And someone was mentioning that, I think Naveen ji was mentioning कि ये हमको लगता है पता नहीं क्या होने वाला है, अभी हमने ये मैसेज नहीं देखा तो क्या होने वाला है. How many of you feel that being clued on completely 24 by 7 is the key to high productivity, is the key to making wealth or to success? क्यों हम इतने क्लूड ऑन हैं, क्यों इतने प्लग्ड इन हैं हम? Anybody thinks that?
I think it is an addiction, not more,
Yeah.
nothing more than addiction. It's just an addiction.
It
Okay.
gives dopamine rush, so it's like a stimulant, just the way you would feel after having a drug, or it's like it's now compared to that kind of a drug, social media and scrolling. It gives you instant gratification, and mind is just addicted because you just get some joy, some sense of
Yeah.
entertainment that happens in the moment. So that's why we get addicted.
Yeah, that's social media, but we also get distracted. Some people said emails, we get distracted by
Yeah.
emails,
So any
So-
sort of screen, I mean to say.
So is it like I've seen people replying to emails middle of the night. So they get up, see an email, they reply, and then go back to sleep. So I'd just like to share with you that how the people, one of the richest people in the world, do you notice something about his table? You know who this person is, right? He is
Yeah.
Warren Buffett. He's a self-made billionaire, one of the top 10 richest people in the world. Do you notice something about his table?
It's cluttered.
Okay. Now let anybody else, Manoj?
A lot of books,
Lot of books. Okay. And
But I
no,
see
no gadgets. I don't see
Too
even a
hard.
laptop or
What is
computer.
this?
no,
Too
it's
who
hard.
said no gadgets?
no
I,
gadgets. Yeah, even I feel
Manoj,
no screens
Yeah.
at all. It's more of
Yeah.
the real world, and
Absolutely.
he's reading a lot.
Yeah.
Like he's doing the real stuff, probably.
Yeah.
What I know about Warren Buffett is that he doesn't have an office. He lives in a small town
Yes.
and he lives with a farming land. One of my previous companies I was working with, they had a project from Warren Buffett. So Mrs. Tiwari went to US to meet him and he invited him to the farm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when she went, he was actually gardening.
Yeah. So look at the picture of his office. This has got no laptop, no TV. There is a TV, but that's not the flat screen TV. No laptop, no mobile phone, and he's one of the richest people. So for those of us who think we need to be 24 by 7 on emails and on, immediately responding to anything, this is a reality check that the most productive people or the wealthiest or the most successful people don't have these gadgets. They are not plugged in 24 by 7. They take time to think. To There's another quote that I got from somewhere, and this is Mihai has written this book Flow, which is about peak performance, and he has researched peak performance for over 50 years, and he says focus, our attention, our being able to focus on something plus happiness is the key to success. So here what we are saying is, we are not saying about retracting from technology. We are saying reset to claim our focus and energy, and how the small levers can return big. So what we have discussed so far, we come to the end of section 1. We discussed what the cost of overload is, how multitasking is not really beneficial, 40% productivity loss, and we're going to look at pain and pleasure and look at focus being the foundation. Now let us understand how these habits get formed, how we get addicted. And this understanding will hopefully make us help us make the changes that we are required to make. The habits are formed when our cells fire together. We have 100 billion cells in our brain. And so if I look at Instagram and I get pleasure, there are two cells that fire together. And the more number of times I repeat that, so next time the signal my brain gets is I want to be happy. Last time I watched Instagram, I'm happy, so it repeats that. Or WhatsApp, it repeats that, and so on and so forth. And then it gets solidified like a rut that we have. And once you get into this rut, it becomes extremely difficult to come out of this. You need solid help to pull yourself out of this rut. If this mud would have been wet, it's very easy to come out of it. So if in the initial stages, then it's easier. But if once the habits have been formed by repetition, it becomes like very strong chain. It becomes like a rut, and it becomes very difficult to come out of it. So with this awareness, we have to be very careful about the patterns that repeat in our lives and how they hold us to be a prisoner. Having this understanding, let us look at how can we unhook from these patterns. The number one is understanding the pain pleasure relationship. When we talk about social media scrolling, often it is very pleasurable. It like Naveenji was saying, it helps us escape, or I think someone said it helps us escape from the current pain that we're having. So it gives us pleasure. But I'm not sure if my daughter is here on this call, but my daughter was saying that, she had an exam and then she had a break in between. So on the gap day, she watched social media for about 4 hours. And then next day, she was crying because she didn't have time to prepare for her exams. So what gives us pleasure now gives us delayed pain. Okay. Immediate pleasure, delayed pain. But if she would have been disciplined enough to, read, then she would have got a delayed pleasure, which is in terms of marks. Understanding this relationship between pain and pleasure is the key to success in life. And we have a choice. The pain is inevitable. Now you want the pain of discipline upfront or the pain of regret later. That is the only choice we have. So be balanced about it. I'm not saying always go for immediate pain or always go for immediate pleasure, but be conscious about the choices that we are making and understand that if we are going for immediate pleasure, the pain is going to follow soon. And I would like to illustrate this with a marshmallow experiment. And you can Google on this. There is a book also written on this, which was conducted in US, where the kids were given a marshmallow to eat. And they said, if you can wait for 15 minutes, you will get two. And so it was a question of holding on to the temptation, delaying the gratification. And it's, there's a very funny video because you have kids and they're, making all sort of expressions. They're frustrated. They want to lick it. They want to bite it. All that is happening. But eventually, what happens is there are few students who are able to resist the temptation of enjoying immediately, the immediate gratification. And the researchers studied these students over a period of time. And they found that these students who were able to delay gratification got better scores in school, in college. They performed better in their career and had better relationships. So our ability to delay gratification leads to great success in all areas of life. So the pain and pleasure relationship or the delayed gratification has a massive impact. With this I urge you, next time when you have the urge to keep scrolling, just remind yourself, what are the consequences that could happen. Another way to unhook is reduce the cues, so make it less available to us in the context of, say, um, like phone. Keep the phone away, or put it on aeroplane mode when you're doing a concentrated walk or outside, so add friction and reduce the cues. That is another way to unhook. And the third is, this PNG is not Procter and Gamble, but this is purpose and goals. Having clarity of what our purpose is, and people who are not very clear on the purpose that they're working towards or the goals that they're working towards will find easy to get distracted. But if you have clarity, then you are focused on achieving what you are going for and not be so distracted. It's like the Arjun in Mahabharat, when he has to shoot, he is not distracted by the leaves, he's not distracted by the tree branches or stem. He's just focused on his goal. So when we are focused on our goal, we are less distracted by all this clutter which is there in the social media. So I'll pause here to see how is this going with you. Is this making sense? Any takeaways for you before we proceed further?
Can I say something, Ashish?
Sure, Manoj.
This you spoke about multitasking. We started a chain called Holiday Inn Express in India, and we were the first one to bring it to India in collaboration with Intercontinental Hotels. And the concept there was, they hire less employees so that you can reduce the payroll cost and give them multitasking. A person standing behind the reception can check you in and also prepare an omelette for you. After 6 months, we had to reverse the whole thing because it's such an inefficient system of multitasking. People didn't know what to do. I mean, they got so confused. They didn't check in properly. They didn't prepare the omelette properly. They didn't, serve the guest properly. So this multitasking is just not going to work. It is going to become more and more inefficient. I just gave you example because it practically happened with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that, Naveen.
And number two, you mentioned about watching a crime movie or even any thriller just before sleeping. It happened with me actually. On Netflix, somebody mentioned there is a series called Special Ops. So I just watched one day, and believe me, the whole night I just couldn't sleep because I could only hear the sounds of the fighting going on from here, from there. The people are catching, murdering each other. The thousands of people are getting killed. Oh God! I mean, I next day I decided I'm not going to go to near Netflix at all, whatever nice movie it may be.
Thank
So
you.
these are the
Yeah,
some learnings, and you very correctly mentioned that these are the some completely should be off if you really want to live a peaceful life.
surely. Thank you so much for sharing this, Naveenji, because it adds value to everyone who's there in the session. Anyone else would like to share on what we have
Yes,
discussed?
Ashish, yeah. So I totally agree with Naveen. So it has been also scientifically proved that there is nothing called multitasking. Each and every one person does one activity at a time. So if you would be helping the guest, he would be doing it only that activity at a time. Preparing an omelette would be only doing that activity at a time. So we have a misconception that okay, then we do multitasking, but we do one task at a time.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Manoj. Yes, Dr. Abhishek.
So on the goal and purpose orientation, solution which you gave, the third one, PNG. Uh, we also have an algorithm working on a social media and app world, wherein what you watch more, you get more of that. So when our goals and purposes are set enough, so the same social media can be converted into a great
Yes.
platform for knowledge,
Beautiful.
and of course connecting to beautiful communities and people right there. I mean that can be the first interaction, and then you can have an in-person interaction with them and things like that. So I mean it can be it has to be a spark there,
Yeah.
which will go into a fire mode later. So
Yeah.
I think social media has to be treated like an a spark, and not continuing that forever. And if the goal and purpose is set, you'll get more of it, and the clutter will not be accumulated in your mind. So you will have more of clarity, less of clutter. That's what I
Thank
think.
you. Thank you for sharing that, Dr. Abhishek. My boss calls it YouTube University, because there is so much to learn on YouTube. And practically that is the go-to place, how to do anything, like I had to install this mic. So I go to YouTube, how to install this mic, everything we go to there. So yeah, if the purpose is clear, then it serves you. And I'll share towards the end what my journey has been and how do I ensure that I'm not sucked away into the social media. I'm not addicted, but I use it. So I consume social media. I don't let social media consume me. That, and how do I do that is something we'll discuss as we go along. So this is what we have discussed so far. Moving on, we understand what are some of the quick wins that we can do, and how can we build the muscle of attention. I think Dr. Archana mentioned how can we be mindful, how can we build the muscle of attention is what we are going to explore. So, not surprisingly, WhatsApp emerges as the number one cause of distraction, the constant notifications that come. And this, I have an Android phone, so this is my screenshots. But then you on your phones also would have, some control in the settings. So please use these controls. They are very, very effective. You can, like you see here, I have a focus mode. So when I work, if I put this focus mode on, and then it gives me a choice, which are the apps I want to mute. So in this case, you have WhatsApp and YouTube is muted. You can choose many more. Or a bedtime mode, you can pick up time 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. or 10 p.m. to so then that time you're not disturbed, the light is less. Or manage notifications, or have a DND. You have enough on your phone. What is the cause for distraction can also help you manage the distraction only if we pay attention to it. Go to your settings in your phone, you will find enough things there. Go to YouTube, look for how to manage the distractions on the phone. This is something which I find very effective, and it is very peaceful when you turn off, especially when I have to do content work or high thinking work, pitch decks. I put this phones on mute, on notifications off or data off, something like that. So this is something which is what we shared. Mute non-essential notifications. So almost except for one or two, like Mindful Living group has notifications on. Otherwise, all my notifications are mute. My family group is not on mute. Otherwise, all groups are on mute. Uh, Try and eat at least one meal without device, not in front of TV or not in front of phone, constantly checking phone. That is some simple things that we can do to start detoxifying, to practice being away from our devices. It takes what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to have a meal. Can we
Ashish,
put,
can I ask you why only one meal? I mean, this should be all meals should be without.
of
Otherwise,
course,
your body is not going to accept it.
no, I'm just saying to get started, Naveenji. For somebody who's, normally we eat in front of TV or in front of computer, or if we are eating on dining table, we have the phone on, like you were mentioning, four people on dining table, rather than having a conversation, they're having all on their phones. So get started with at least one meal, and then, you can build the habit further. Another practice which I find very effective is batch check, which is deciding 3 to 4. I do it twice a day, but you can have more number of times. Say 9 p.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., or whatever time you decide. This time, half an hour, you will check your phones and WhatsApp. And this is very effective. So you are not constantly, and you can decide whatever time that is, maybe in 10 minutes every hour or whatever you can. But this is something which is very simple, but very effective. So if you like, you can keep your phone off for an hour, like mute notifications, etc., and then or put it on DND or whatever else, and then check at particular times. Now coming to yeah, this is something. Now coming to the that was the quick win part. Now coming to the BBC, which is boring but critical part of training our brain to be in the present moment. Our brain has a tendency to run in the past or in the future, but not stay in the present. And in this way, we crowd our mind. There is no space for the mind to be in the present. It's always thoughts going on. This happened, he said this, what will happen tomorrow, this, that, so many thoughts are going on in our mind. But when we train our brain to be in the present, and that's the exercise we're going to do in a couple of minutes from now, we get more space in the now, and the mind is at more peace. Our attention span is better. We get more ideas. Our capability to think is better. And think about this: the present moment is the only moment that we have. When we think of life, forget the years that have gone, forget the years that are going to come. Life is this moment. If I am living my life moment to moment, and if in this moment I am not enjoying what I am doing, if I am not enjoying the food, if I am not paying attention to what I am doing in this moment, I have lost this moment, and this is my life. I am losing my life if I am not in this moment. What else is there to life? We don't know if we are going to be there in the future. Past is gone. So our life is this moment. And are we there present in this moment to live the life that we have? Because this moment is the only life that we have got. And by being distracted, we are throwing away that life. One of my teachers used to say, like you have, your something like that, the essence was your day makes your week makes your month makes your year. So how you live a day is what determines how you live a year. And when we come to the day, how you live in each moment makes your day. If you are in this moment distracted, you have lost your day. If you've lost your day, you've lost your month. Lost your month. So this is the only moment we have got, and we need to practice to be in this moment. And how do we practice to be in this moment? There are by anchoring our mind. Our mind needs an anchor, like a ship in a turbulent sea needs an anchor, needs to drop an anchor. It will keep moving, but the movement will be restricted. In the same way, our mind, which is in like a turbulent sea, ship in a turbulent sea, needs an anchor. And that anchor for the purpose of today is our breath, which is portable, which we have, and is the proof that we are living. So on that note, I'll invite you for a short 10-minute practice of mindfulness. But before that, I'd like to hear from you if this is making sense, any takeaways you have before we dive into the mindfulness practice.
So, Ashish, I would like to share.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
please go on. Go on.
No,
Naveen.
no, 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 Shruti,
Okay, okay.
you.
Okay. So, while I really want to further improve on this, but last 6 months I've really worked and seen some success. So the things that really have helped me is first to have a very good morning routine. I call it a miracle morning routine, which we also discussed earlier in your other program.
Yeah.
So, as you rightly said, how you spend your whole day will determine how you will have your life. What I figured out, how you spend your whole day will also be dependent on how you started your morning. So last 6 months, I don't switch on my phone for the first 1.5 hours after waking up. And I've made my first 1 hour of routine. And I read a very beautiful book, which I recommend everybody, Miracle Morning. It's a fantastic book, and it says about 6 steps, savers. You start your day with silence, a affirmation, visualization. You read and you do scribbing, and it says you do it just for 5 minutes each, and exercise, of course, which should be minimum 20 minutes. So you can end with exercise. So I realized I was actually doing everything, but it was in bits and pieces and all scattered. So rather than making it all scattered, which is also fine, but if I collectively do it together as the first thing in the morning, and actually, it makes such a huge impact, and you don't even feel like switching on your phone after that. And I realized that some days I actually don't switch on phone till 8, 9 a.m. and then realize, oh, I have groups to maintain, I have to do some polls, and I really have to. So that is one thing which made a huge difference. Then also making all the groups go into archive mode. So when you open your WhatsApp, you just see the main things. But in order to see all those groups, you have to go on archive. And I have like 80 plus work groups, 80 plus. So I don't want to continuously keep checking them. So they are all archived. Then I have kept my work phone separate from my personal phone. And my Insta, everything is on work phone. And work phone is aside. I don't have the urge to pick it so often, but I have the urge to pick up my personal phone more. So that is something else which really helped. Wearing blue blocker glasses whole day was also one another, preventive measure people can take. I don't know how much that really helps, but I found that my eyes are healthier now. So I wear blue blocker whole day because I was reading an article which also said that this blue light emitted from all the gadgets actually disrupts the DNA level of the cell. And I was quite scared to read that article that actually the DNA is getting disturbed, sugar spike is happening, not just circadian rhythm or sleep, but the cell level change is happening. And that day I promised myself I'm going to really, really, make it better. In my case, everything is screen, right from shooting the content is screen, then you edit it is screen, then you post it is screen. So taking some breaks in between also helps. So
Yeah.
I just thought I'd
Sure.
just summarize what I've
Yeah,
been
that's
doing, and it
beautiful.
really helped.
Yeah. And please do share that link in the chat group that I'm sure you must have been added to, so that
I'm
everybody.
not in the chat group yet
Okay,
because I
okay,
just
okay.
enrolled last moment.
All
So
right,
you'll
sure,
have to
sure,
add
sure.
me.
Yeah, okay. Or maybe you can share in the chat here, then we can.
Which link are you asking for?
Blue blocker, where can we buy? Which one?
You have to go to any shop,
Okay.
any spec store, ask them for blue blocker. They'll also do a test in front of you where they show a torch, a blue light. So in normal glass, it'll just pass through. Blue blocker, it'll block at the surface. So it's really helpful because I have got a lot of dryness in my eyes because my past career was all about designing. So I've spent a lot of time on my laptop. So I have a lot of dryness. So I feel it's getting improved with blue blocker. And the
So
idea is
does it
not to
work?
wear. I feel
Does it
it
work?
does, though there is no evidence, but personally, I've felt a difference. My eyes are cooler, they are healthier, dryness has reduced. So earlier, I used to wear only 1 hour before sleeping while watching TV or if I have to be on screen for some time. But now wear it whole day, most of the times.
Very
Other than
nice.
my live sessions, which usually I don't wear, but otherwise
So
I
my
wear all the
question was
time.
different. My question was, does it work with the people glasses with the numbers?
Yeah, so I have also got a little number in my eye, very little that has just come. So I've got a numbered one with blue blocker. So you can
Okay.
always get it made. And I don't know how much it works because there is not much evidence.
So
But
something is better
personally,
than nothing, no?
yeah, and I think people like us who are so much into health and fitness, why not take some prevention? And
Surely.
I have personally experienced that I think my dryness of eyes has reduced. So
Very
yes,
nice. Thank you for sharing, Shruti.
thanks.
Anyone else? Hari, there is a question for you, Shruti. Who's the miracle morning author? If you can respond in the chat.
I'll click
Anyone?
the picture. I'll
Okay.
click the
Yeah.
picture and share in the WhatsApp group.
All right. Sure. Anyone else would like to share?
So, so the takeaway and which we are already implementing is, I mean, never use any screen during your meal times. So this is the rule and practice we have made at our home, and no eating in front of the TV or no scrolling the phone in front. And whenever there is a family get together, we take away everybody's mobile in a basket. Just keep it aside, and would tell them to put it on a silent mode. If
Yeah.
somebody if this is extreme emergency, somebody will reach you somehow or the other. So this has really helped.
Yeah.
At
Thank
least
you.
relationship building, it has really helped.
Absolutely. Beautiful.
I think going back to basics is good. We must have
Yeah,
a landline
exactly.
at home, switch off because sometimes that FOMO is there
Bas.
if your people want to reach out to you. But they used to reach out earlier as well.
Yeah.
So
Bilkul.
I just landline lagao, give everyone your landline number and switch off the phone.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Now I'll invite you for a mindfulness practice. Here we will use our breath to root our attention in the present moment. Please sit straight with your back and neck in a straight line, straight but not stiff, chin parallel to the ground, arms on your laps, facing upwards, gentle smile on your face, and bring your entire attention, to the area at the entrance of the nostrils. And begin by observing the breath as it comes in and as it moves out. like a watchman is alert and he observes every person coming in and every person moving out. Observe every breath that is coming in and every breath that is moving out. Using our breath is a great way to root our attention in the present moment. We can't go back to the past, nor can we go in the future. This moment is the only moment that we have. Continue to breathe. That is why present is also called a gift. If you find that your mind wanders from time to time, gently, with compassion, bring it back to focus on the breath again. Wandering of the mind is not a mistake, it is its nature. Continue to breathe. We take about 25,000 breaths in a day, but we hardly take any of them consciously. This is our opportunity to enjoy these juicy, delicious breaths which nourish our entire body. Continue to breathe. This moment has got the seed of the future in it. If in the present moment we are distracted, the distraction will multiply in our life in future. If we are focused in this moment, if we are sowing the seeds of focus in this moment, we will have an abundant harvest of focus in the days and years to come, and we will flourish. There are no two ways about it. If you are distracted, unhappy in the moment, you will be distracted and unhappy in the future too. If you are focused and happy and productive in this moment, you will have an abundant crop of focus, abundance, peace, prosperity in future. Continue to breathe. Focusing on every breath coming in and every breath moving on. And couple of minutes from now, we'll come to the end of this practice. Continue to breathe, observing every breath that is coming in and every breath that is moving out. As we come to the end of this practice, consider setting an intention that this practice of being mindful will help you and everyone you come in contact with. Thank you for practicing mindfulness with me. You may choose to keep your eyes closed for a couple of seconds more and stay with the feeling. And once you're comfortable, you may gently open your eyes and share your experience of how being in the present moment felt.
Very
Yes,
calming.
Naveen. Thank you. Thank you,
Very
Naveen.
calming. And in the beginning, I had a little bit of eye pain. After this 5 or maybe 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes exercise, that pain is gone. Can you imagine the benefits of staying focused and not let your mind wandering? And Shruti, it is a fact. I mean, I'm not trying to exaggerate. This is
100%. I feel it too. Every time we work with breath, it's a superpower. And you don't need to spend so many hours also. It's just like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and it
by the
really,
way,
really
we did
works.
this 45 minutes this morning with Amol. So
Yeah. So that was breath work.
yeah, so
This is
but
like
whatever it is,
breathing.
it was breath.
Yeah. Yeah. So breath is like amazing. Breath, working with the breath is like real joy, real joy. Instantly you feel, you are just happy and you're just grateful for this life. That's the feeling that comes instantly. So powerful. Thank you, Ashish.
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you, Navinji. Anyone would like to share? This is a practice we can keep doing as many times to focus ourselves to the present when our mind is wandering right, left. And this ability to be in the present is like digging for oil, you know. It helps us do deep work. Typically, for getting oil, you need to dig about 3,000 to 5,000 feet in one place. It's not the same as digging 1 feet in 5,000 different places. We won't get oil. So when we have to do deep work, when we have to do quality work, we have to stay focused in the moment for long period of time. And there is this beautiful equation given by Carl Newport about high quality work, where he says it is a function of two things: time spent and intensity of focus. And typically, whenever I hear anybody speaking about doing more work, it is about working long hours, 70 hours, 90 hours, but nobody talks about being focused for those times. If you're working 70 hours but you're distracted, what's the point? You're going to get half the output. Working 90 hours but distracted, what's the point? So the focus is very important, and this the practice which we did with continuous practice. Ravi Shankar, Sri Ravi Shankar says, "Puna puna." Keep practicing again and again to develop the muscle of attention. It's like working out in the gym. This recording will be shared with you, so please use this to practice, or otherwise just do simple deep breathing. Another practice which is very simple but profoundly impactful is the Pomodoro technique. It is working for concentrated periods of 25 minutes and taking 5-minute breaks. And 25 minute plus 5 minutes is indicative. To start with, maybe you can do 10 minutes and 5 minutes. And as you practice, you can stabilize at 25, 5 or 50 plus 10 or 90 minutes and 150, 15 minutes or so. So, you can mute notifications, go on aeroplane mode, put focus on mode, whatever you want to do. And what I find extremely useful is to keep a notepad with me to take care of thoughts which are distracting. So, any thought which comes which I need to attend to, I just write it down and then go back to doing what I am doing. Very powerful technique. So this is something which I would highly recommend for those who want to work on focusing development. And you can use this for anything that is important for you: making client decks, meeting prep, clearing your inbox, weekly strategic planning, etc. Where our attention goes, the energy flows. Train our mind to be a servant, but not to be master. So what we have discussed so far is cost of overload, myths of multitasking, pain versus pleasure, embracing pain, and our ability to embrace pain. And it's not like masochist kind of pain. It is pain with an understanding that it's building character. It's leading to future growth or sustained pleasure, sustained happiness. Our focus that we have seen, how our brain functions and how it creates those patterns and how to unhook, and quick wins and training of a brain is what we have covered. Now, and I'll pause here to see if you have anything to share before we move to digital minimalism. Any questions, comments, takeaways?
One thing I wanted to ask you, the another big distraction is this the my gate notifications of somebody entering into a complex with the Amazon delivery or whatever delivery. You may be sitting in a very serious meeting, and suddenly, if you don't approve, you used to security will start calling you.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do with that, but is there any alternative? Not alternative. Either you don't order on Amazon, which
Yeah.
is a kind of unavoidable. But I'm
Yeah.
asking you a very practical question. What to
So
do
no,
with
no, no.
this?
I understand, Navinji, and thank you for bringing that up because MyGate is, by the way, my alumni is the co-founder of MyGate. So there are a couple of things one can do. In our society, they would let them in if they give the home address, you know. So even without approval, but if they give the home address, they let them come in. And you know, the other option is they will re-deliver. If you don't uh, take the delivery, they'll come back to deliver. Or if you're expecting something to be delivered because they, or you can plan, you know, because they give you slots in which to be delivered. If you can plan, fine, or give your phone to somebody else if you are in very important meeting. Multiple ways one could try this. I'm
In our
happy to
complex,
hear
there
from.
are in our complex there are two-tier security. One from the main gate, one from the
Ah.
tower gate. So you get a phone call from the tower gate. Now, since this person has come, should we send a? Yeah, it's so such a irritating thing.
I want to go a step prior to this. My problem is ordering so much online. I just feel those were good times when we used to walk till the departmental store and buy things, and movement was also there. But the only thing is now the things that we get online sometimes you don't get in a regular store. So you end up buying online only. So
Yeah.
Amazon, Blinkit, I just wish we could just delete all these apps from the phone and life would be much happier.
Yeah. So,
But
you
then
know, there is a, you're right. You know, when I remember going for shopping with my mom, monthly shopping. So my mom would make a list and then we would go to the department store and buy for the entire month. And that minimizes the resources so much, you know. But today we are ordering daily basis, hourly basis, and then people are coming. There so much more resources are being used, and there is a cost even to the, there are like billions of emails that are being sent today. And you know, they get stored. There's so much of data that gets stored, and there is a cost to storing. There is a cost to the planet for storing that. So that is, in fact, the perfect segue to digital minimalism. How can we reduce our digital footprint by planning little bit better? Either you shop once in a month, go to a departmental store, or whatever ways we can, or don't send emails. So, or minimize sending emails. Don't randomly copy people, because even though we don't pay a price for it, our planet pays a price for it. So somebody uh, pays a price for it. Now, coming to digital minimalism, I'll share a few things which I practice personally, to which help me deal with this digital overload. And I have a simple guiding rule for me when it comes to consumption of the content. अगर वो मेरे को पैसा बनाने में हेल्प कर रहा है तो मैं देखूंगा. अगर उसका पैसा बन रहा है मेरे देखने से, तो मैं नहीं देखता, as far as possible, unless it is entertainment. And I am very calibrated about how I use my social media. So typically I like watching stand-up comic shows. So for 10, 20, 30 minutes in a day, or 60 minutes in a day, whatever works for me on the particular day, I watch that. So other than that, I consume, like Dr. Abhishek was saying, to learn from social media, you know. So you decide for yourself how much, what's your guiding rule for consuming? What's your purpose? What's your guidance? You know, how much time will you allow yourself? They might be, calculate the number of hours you're spending on social media. And even if you can cut an hour a day by having some framework for yourself, it's very useful. The second, which Shruti mentioned, is archive. You know, I use this and I learned this from Vaishnavi, how to archive. I didn't know that. So how to, and this is like, you know, there are like, we are part of 30, 40, 50, 100 groups. And people are randomly forwarding messages, whether it is Diwali, Holi, Navratri, Eid, randomly forwarding. Koi matlab nahi hai. You don't know that person, but just sending messages. So archive. And personally, I don't forward messages. I don't do random forwards. It is also a part of what you are giving back into the system. You know, you don't like receiving random messages. Don't also send random messages. So that is the second thing. Third, which, and I would urge you to do it now, is, and we will pause here, unsubscribe from all the mass emailing lists you're part of. I don't know how many, you know, the time I did it, I was like drowning in emails. You know, we just keep signing up for emails from here, from there, this one, that one, and you have hundreds of emails uh, swamping your inbox. So I'll urge you, if that is the case, if anybody has that issue, subscribing to, yeah.
No, it's not a subscribing, but I get a lot of junk mails and I keep unsubscribing them, but still they
Yeah.
come. What do you do?
Put spam or put them, yeah, something like that. Usually once you unsubscribe, Naveenji, it should not come back.
But also there are options like, if you use Gmail specifically, they by default have multiple folders. You have a primary folder, you have a social folder, promotion, updates, forums. So, if you just assign those mails to specific folders, you'll only see important mails in your primary folder. I'm already doing it and it's very helpful for me.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you.
So what I want to also understand is if you put your overall notifications off. So I have not really unsubscribed, but then I don't even pay attention. Only problem is that there are a lot of mails that are unread. But then the notifications are off. I'm not even paying attention. So
Sure.
that is something. And one funny thing which I recently did that also helped me. So you get a lot of spam calls, and sometimes we don't even pick them these days. But then they are still disturbing us, and we're not able to decide if it's someone from someone important, could be your client. It's unknown number, but should you pick or not? So what I did, I used to pick each and every call, and I started blocking the numbers. It took me at least 2 months to block almost 200 to 300 numbers. But eventually, those calls have reduced from getting like 10 calls a day. Now I get like one call a day from real estate agent or someone else. So that also really helped.
Very
Shruti,
nice. Yeah.
one more thing, what you can do here is, I mean, we are trying to reduce apps, but you can add one more app called as Truecaller.
Yes, yes. I have it, but somehow it doesn't work on my phone these days. So I don't get to know who's calling. It's just like spam written, which is there, but sometimes it's also from important persons. So I, by mistake, skip a lot of important calls as well.
So
So
if you take
the
a
name doesn't come. The paid version, you're saying.
if you take a paid version of it,
Okay.
I've
Okay.
taken a paid version of it on a monthly basis.
Okay.
What happens is show you the complete name.
Okay, got it. Oh,
And
that's
once you
good.
block something, that never calls you. In fact, Airtel has come up with a very beautiful
Yes.
project, which is a spam filter.
Yes, it
Even
shows
Airtel is
spam.
helping guys. Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah,
Truecaller is helping on the cherry on the cake. So I think both together
yeah,
it's helping.
yeah. There is a call, Saavdhan Rahe. That has stopped coming now finally.
Right.
Also, I don't have emails on my phone. So I'm
Ah.
not distracted by emails on the phone. Only when I log into the computer, I can attend to my emails. Otherwise, I don't. And in a bit from now, I'll be happy to hear from each one of you. What are your ways? What is something that you do to manage this? Then, I shared this earlier, one phone free meal. Uh, Earlier, I used to switch off my phone from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m., on aeroplane mode. That has changed a bit now because I'm watching my steps, so I keep my phone on to record the steps. So now it's off from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. But other time it's off. And I'm not saying you get started with this kind of 8 hour or 10 hour, but at least start with 15 minutes of no screen time just before going to sleep and after getting up. Ideal is 1 or 2 hours, at least an hour, but start with 15 minutes, even if an hour is not possible. This is very important also from the perspective of sleep and the blue light that it helps. Batching I mentioned earlier. So I usually attend to my WhatsApp messages twice in a day. Remove one app. We generally keep so much things cluttered. Regularly look at your phone and remove app. And this one is I learned from a friend of mine who is a very senior person in the industry. And he said, Ashish, it's not important to respond to every message, or respond immediately to every message. Nothing will happen if you don't respond. And so the habit I have is I star mark, when the messages come, which I need to respond to. And then, in that batch, which is 12 to 12:30 and then 8 to 9 p.m., I'll look at all these star mark messages and then respond to them. So that is something which you can try. So I'll pause here to hear from you. How is this going for you? It's making sense. If there's any practice you have which work well for you to uh, cut the digital overload.
Something I learned from you
Mm.
in other session, I think the routine one that we did, the morning routine session,
Magical
uh,
success routines, yeah.
magical. So, to lock the phone, so have these cues, so I did that. It was very difficult. So I would switch off my phone, put it in the drawer, lock the wardrobe, and put the key somewhere else. It was a harassment initially because then every 15 minutes I would again pick up the key,
Yeah.
put in the wardrobe, take out the phone from the drawer, switch it on only to see if I've missed a call, again put it back, again the whole process. And I used to get tired.
Yeah.
But then I realized that how much is the need to see if there is important
Yeah.
call, important message. And that entire process I thought was not working initially. But after a few days, I realized that actually it worked.
Mm.
Actually it worked, and the need to check phone again and again stopped. Also, I had a screensaver, a very cute one that I designed, which said, I don't remember the exact line, but it was a very funny line, that something like, why are you picking me up again? Or spiritually off, something like that, which just keeps reminding you the moment you touch your phone, you just remember the promise you made to yourself and you're breaking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that
That
was
is why
something
you
which I
didn't.
did.
That is why you don't pick up my calls, Shruti. I mean,
I always
now I
pick. I
know.
was about to tell Ashish, I know now why Ashish is not responding to my messages soon. I'm star mugged. Naveen, I think you and Ashish, both of you, I'll just spill some beans here. I think both of you are not so much into replying to WhatsApp messages because there is a single tick mark. Naveen also single tick mark. He would reply later on. So I know he's not so much into screen. And I think you both have very controlled environment. So a lot to learn from you guys. Yeah.
So Ashish, I don't take any. I don't pick up my phone from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Very nice. Very
That's
nice.
my me time.
Yeah.
So when I come back from my gym or yoga, only then I see for 5 minutes, and then after that it goes on till 11.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And that's so important, we don't realize, but we are overloading our brain with, and brain doesn't have so much of capacity. And then eventually it leads to issues like Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's, so on. Hari, Dr. Arshna, Vishakha, Tanuja, Dr. Rao, any takeaways for you? Anything you do which you would like to share?
They don't look at the screen at all. So
Yeah. We are almost coming to the end of the session. So if anything you would like to share, okay, we'll
Alarm
move.
clock, I wanted to share. We can have that traditional alarm clock rather than putting alarm on the phone. Because if you switch off the phone, alarm doesn't ring. It will ring if it is on airplane mode. But then I just feel airplane mode also doesn't help 100%. Switching off the phone is the best thing to
Okay.
do.
Okay.
Airplane say up quickly you can switch it on. So to make it more difficult, switch it off. And then if you want to put alarm, have a traditional alarm clock.
Very nice. Yeah. It's always good to see that alarm clock, brings back so many memories.
the alarm clock, Shruti, the only issue is there is a sound of tick, 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 which really disturbs you
Yes,
when everything is peaceful at
yes,
night. So
I
I
agree.
just don't like that sound. So that is why I put
Yes.
out an airplane mode and then put my alarm.
Yes, absolutely. So what I do is now I don't like to wear a smartwatch when I sleep. I've never done it, but now I've got Whoop. It's a band. It doesn't have a screen. It's without screen. The only help I have it here is even if my phone is off, this will still vibrate when I want to wake up in the morning on my wrist. So I would know. So it's a silent wake up and then you wake, you are just best is to wake up without alarm clock, have your body
Yeah.
cycle so set that
Yeah.
you wake up at the same time every morning. But then still to be on safer side, sometimes you want to put the alarm if there is a
But
session
Shruti,
or
is
something.
this does this work on through the internet?
So this has Bluetooth connected to my phone and the app is on the phone. But if
So
the
which
phone
is
is off, no, but the
which in
phone
my
is
opinion.
off. No, but the phone is off. So it's still not connected to my phone. It'll
Okay.
collect the data. So I researched this doesn't have side effects. I
Okay.
did that research, but I'm still finding out how helpful this is. So
Yeah.
this is a gift from my brother. This you don't get it in India.
Hmm.
The only good part is there is no screen here. There is just a sensor. There is no screen. There is no time. So it's not a watch. It's just to track sleep, recovery, and strain.
Very nice.
So yeah.
We have someone by the name V. Who's V? Have you joined us now or renamed yourself? Anything you would like to share? All right. So the advantage of doing all this digital detox and is ability to be in the present moment and see things as they are, clearly, rather than, our mind being like a muddied water where you can't see anything. You can go deep, you can see clearly, be peaceful, have clarity of mind. So I would now like to urge you to make your own digital detox plan. Take 5 minutes to reflect on what we have discussed today, what has clicked with you, what is it that you will start doing, what is it that you will stop doing, what is it that you will do more of, or what is it that you will do less of. So please take 5 minutes now to review what we have covered. If there is anything you would like me to ask me, please feel free to do so. Or if you would like me to pull up any slide for you to refer, I'll be happy to do that.
Ashish, I have one question. So there is a lot about grounding mat that people are talking about. So it's like it said that when you have all the gadgets whole day, you also create some electrical or some kind of a circuit around you when you're sleeping. So how good is it an idea to put all the Wi-Fi also off before sleeping? Because like in my house, I've got two Wi-Fi systems. So even if you switch off, it is said that still you have a circuit. So one is you walk on the grass, but then we walk on the grass in the morning. We don't usually do it before sleeping. Then they said you walk on the ground. So then you are electrically discharged when you are sleeping. So from red zone, you go into green zone. But then even if we walk on the ground, most of us are on a high-rise building. So that's not typically walking on the ground, unless you are really on the ground. Then you have grounding mats, and they say you put your feet on it and instantly it will work. So I never fall prey for such quick things, don't know whether they work. But then grounding definitely as a science, I understand. So how do we discharge our bodies from all this electronic media before sleeping?
Like one thing that you mentioned is, which I also do, Shruti, is switching off the Wi-Fi at night.
You do
So
that?
I do that. Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me see if Amol will allow me to do that. I would be so happy. I'll just switch off
I
all
do
the
that,
Wi-Fi
Shruti,
systems.
every night. I just switch off my Wi-Fi
Mm.
Yeah.
and keep my phone in the other room, which is about in a different
Yes.
corner. So
Yes. So, but if I'm
so
switching off phone, it's okay if the phone is in the same room as well. But it's switched off.
no, but I don't keep the phone inside at all. So
You don't want to visually also see it
no,
actually.
nothing at all. क्या होता है फिर मॉर्निंग में ना you tend to feel like just picking up the phone. अब जब फोन ही नहीं होगा आप क्या उठाओगे?
And
Right.
another thing is also what you mentioned, Shruti, is walking barefoot on grass.
But
Whenever
that in the morning or in evening also it's okay.
it's equally effective. Most of us would tend to do it in the morning, but it's effective anytime.
That's true. I just feel, won't we catch cold or something if you're walking on grass?
No,
Just
no.
nothing like that. Maybe
No,
a
no,
quick
no.
1, 2, 3 rounds on the grass and then you are
Earth only supports you. It never gives you any disease.
earthing. But after that, you don't need to then switch on the phone. So it has to be after switching off the gadgets and then walk.
About 10 minutes minimum is what is recommended.
Yeah. Yeah. That is something can be tried.
Yeah. Good. So please take 5 minutes to make your personal detox plan. What is it that you will start doing? What is it that you will stop doing? What is it that you will do more of? What is it that you will do less of? And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you would like me to pull up any slide for you to refer, let me know. Anything coming up for you? Anyone would like to share? Yes, Tanuja.
I was just thinking that I visit Vipassana so many times, and so do you. And when we are there for 10, 11 days, the world has not changed. And we don't even think of mobile phone even once a day.
Yeah.
So is it not something dual personality? The moment we come out, we need mobile.
Yeah, see,
Yes, professionally we need. Professionally, I agree. We need. But then professional need can be for 2-3 hours only.
yeah, absolutely. ये प्रपंच है तनुजा, ये हम लोग अपने आप को कन्विंस करते हैं कि ये जरूरी है.
करते कि हाँ ये जरूरी है. And another important thing is that what COVID has taught us. That before COVID, everybody live with the thought that there can, market is necessary, to be on work every day is necessary, this is necessary, that is necessary. And COVID, like everything was shut down.
Yeah.
And all of us lived happily.
Yeah.
Though we lost people, but that was a disease part. But not like nothing changed.
No,
So
one thing
I
has
believe
changed, Tanuja ji. One thing has changed, that everybody has hooked on to screens during that period. You know, the online, we never heard of that. You can work from your home. I mean, still, I don't agree with this concept at all. That work from home is the most inefficient way of managing your company. So, all these things COVID has taught us. Most of this
So that
screen
is
time, the COVID has brought in.
yes, I agree to it that COVID has brought everything online. But the thing that we used to live with the notion that there is this, if markets are closed, we will not live. If ration will not be available, we'll die. If banks are closed, we'll die. So we during COVID we learned to live without everything.
Yeah. Exactly, Tanuja. That is exactly what we are doing at being mindful about everything that we do and seeing whether it is something that we have been conditioned to believe that it is necessary for us, or can we take a different choice, start by taking baby steps, maybe switching off for 15 minutes, see if that works, half an hour, 1 hour, and, explore that window. I mentioned about Warren Buffett not using a computer. There is another gentleman, YC Deveshwar, who was the chairman of ITC. He didn't have an email ID. He didn't have any computer, and he was the chairman of ITC, one of the largest organizations in India. So there are people who work like that and they rise to the top. It is our belief that this is the only way to live. And that is the invitation in this session, that explore our beliefs and rise above them and choose a reality which you want to create for yourself.
But
anybody would yes,
Ashish, without email ID, you don't get a phone also these days. You don't get a phone connection.
YC Deveshwar must have been chairman about 10-15 years back.
No, I know. I'm saying that when you go and buy a SIM, they ask you about the email ID. So few things have become so essential.
Anybody would like to share what's their digital detox plan? What is it that you will start doing? What is it that you will stop doing? Do more of? Do less of?
Can I start?
Yes.
What I wrote down is the batch looking, which is 3-4 times a day, both
Okay.
mails and WhatsApp. And I'm only using social media as a WhatsApp. I don't go to Instagram, Facebook. मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है वो.
Yeah, yeah.
And as I know, every WhatsApp message does not need response immediately.
Yeah.
Although people put a question mark after every 10 minutes कि आपको मतलब मेरी बात का जवाब क्यों नहीं दे रहे हो, वो सब this is all useless. Then this Shruti mentioned about this blue block. I will try. I will go to the market tomorrow and find out how it is available, and how. Another thing which I just thought about is the palming exercise. Every 2-3 hours, just keep your palms on your eyes and sit down for 5-10 minutes. It really gives you a lot of relief, and perhaps it will also take away from your phone. And in any case, screen 2 hours before sleeping, just go off to the screen completely. And Sundays, at least half a day, or maybe try and full day, be with your family. Unless your all family members agree. I mean, then it's a different thing. But if your family members also have to agree that nobody will use the phones at all on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we will try.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Naveen. And whom would you like to invite to share next?
My most favorite is Shruti in any case, but actually her husband is a culprit. He starts over Sunday with the screen at 10 a.m. for 2 hours. But it is for the good of all, because
I can give you a tip over there. So I also
Yeah.
sometimes now attend his breath work, and I don't want to switch on my phone that morning, but for breath work you have to. So just keep your phone at very, very dim. And don't log in from laptop. Never log in from laptop, because laptop is big screen, you're just there sitting there. So phone पे बस Zoom link on किया और थोड़ा side में रख दिया phone, so that you still get a glimpse of what's going on, but you're not looking at the screen, you just look somewhere else. You're listening but not looking on the screen. So log in from mobile phone, that'll keep you very calm.
Yeah, I
So
think it's a
that is
good
what
idea.
I do. Yeah, I never use laptop in morning, and then you're very relaxed. You just phone is easy, and there you don't have to really see a lot. And it's similar presentation, so you have seen it, so you know it. You just put it on dim and just you know what it is. And from time to time, you can just have a glance and then just look away. So that is something which I do. So few things which I would like to incorporate, grounding before sleep. So I'll try this grass walk. Of course, after switching off the gadgets, that's the key. And also do my morning walk without phone. So usually I take my phone because I want to listen to something or some music, because that's the only time I listen to music. Otherwise, there's no music in life. But I still feel it's nice to listen to nature sounds, though I have a lot of construction sound as well. But then that's part of nature. So go for a walk without phone. It's just like you are with yourself in that 40 minutes or 45 minutes. So that is something which I'll do. And I like this deep work, though I have incorporated, but be more mindful that in those 25-30 minutes, I'm just doing that one work and then I take a break. And also will try to put phone on, I've switched it off. But my only thing is that Murphy's law works there. My phone will not ring for 2-3 hours, but the moment I switch it off for half an hour and I'll open it, there'll be missed calls. So that always happens. But having said that, I think the world can wait.
Yeah.
So these are the things I'll do. Switch off the phone and grounding, and also Wi-Fi off, like what Naveen shared. So would do that as well.
If you're less available, Shruti, your value goes up.
Oh, well.
Right? Think about it.
Yes, absolutely.
So whom would you like to invite next, Shruti?
Abhishek, I can see him on screen, so yes.
So thank you, Shruti. Thank you, Ashiji, for a beautiful session. Of
you.
course, it worked, and thank you everybody else also here. Quickly, I think sometimes our jobs don't allow us to switch off the gadgets, but 9 p.m. to 9 a.m., which you said that it should be switched off. I think that can be worked. Maybe the timings can be slightly variable, but I think that can be worked, which I'm going to incorporate. I think removing apps from the phone, I'm already doing that. I mean, if you see my phone, I have very minimalistic apps. So the lesser of the apps we have, the lesser notifications we have, and the lesser clutter we have. And the alarm clock, which Shruti mentioned, the traditional one, I think that is a very good idea. Because the morning when we have this uh, phone ringing in the alarm, it wakes you up like crazy. I mean, and that's not the way one should wake up. The technical way of way of waking up is you open your eyes, don't wake up immediately. Give yourself around 2 to 3 minutes to, uh, you know, coming into the conscious world again. But this alarm is, I think the alarm clock, which is traditional one, that will work better. And I think, yes, I really loved this part that not important to respond messages immediately. I think I'm already doing that because being into such a sector in healthcare, sometimes it is very important to, respond within the TAT.
I'll caution there, but may use your discretion. I'm not saying don't respond to your important messages, but understand that it is not important to respond to all the messages. That typical attitude people have is messages there, I need to respond. That is what I'm saying, Mikan.
You feel you are seeing online, so the other person may feel that you're online, but I have also reduced that now, that people can wait and you can reply after a few hours. So
Absolutely.
not be guilty of being online and not replying.
Yeah. I think you can batch your groups like that. Like, I mean, 80% of the times they don't need an immediate response.
Correct.
But 20% of the time, if your sector allows you, doesn't allow you, that 20% of the times you might have to respond. And I think I already spoke about goal and purpose oriented when you are. I mean, even the social media can be a great teacher. So I think that algorithm has to be, converted into that benefit of ours. And multitasking, of course, I do multitasking. Though I mean, I know it reduces the productivity, but I think I'll work on this part also, that not to multitask too much also. There.
Yeah.
There is a book called One Thing at a Time, Doctor. You must, if you can just go through that. It's a very nice book.
One thing at a time.
Yes.
The One Thing, that's the name, right? The
One Thing, or maybe The One Thing at a Time, something like that.
I've noted that. Thank you, Mr. Jan.
Are you with Medanta?
I'm not with Medanta. I'm with another company. It's a Delhi-based company itself, but I am working out of Bangalore.
Oh, you're working out of Bangalore. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm remotely working. I mean, you don't like work from home, but I'm permanently working from home, sir.
In hotel industry, in any case, there is nothing called working from home. So.
Oh, you are in a hotel industry. Okay.
Yes,
then you are on ground all the time. Absolutely. So I think any new invention, gadgets as a new invention. I'll just end my talk with this. That gadgets as a new invention, when it came, it created a lot of revolution in all of us, and it connected also all of us, and the world became, world is in our pocket right now. But everything what comes is a package. It has got its pros and cons. So when we enjoying the pros of it, the cons have to be, we have to be cautious about those cons, and we have to be really, really cautious that we should not fall into that ditch wherein it will attract us, and and the pros also are vanished. So I think it happens with every invention, Ashish ji and everybody. Every invention, it's not only the gadgets. Every invention has pros and cons.
Yeah.
So I think we have to use our intellect there, how to use it. And thanks.
जैसे आशीष जी ने बताया कि if it is making money for others, don't use it. If it is making money for you, use it.
Yeah.
So it is for you should use it for your own benefit.
Yeah.
You see, every instrument has come up, for its purpose. That purpose should be utilized. It should not be misused. This is what Sister Shivani also keeps saying. कि आपको जिस पर्पस के लिए आपने वो चीज खरीदी है, उस पर्पस को यूज करिए आप.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Communication.
We have to actually reduce that addiction term out of it.
Yeah.
We have to use it, not misuse it. So that addiction which people are into, that is something which we have to reduce, and that only happens with that habit creation. You have to control yourself there.
और आशीष मैं एक और चीज बोलना चाहता था कि it is, people go to Jindal and all for body detoxing, but I think mind detoxing is much more important than body detoxing these days, because 90% diseases are psychosomatic, and all these psychosomatic diseases are created by all these instruments.
Correct.
Isn't it?
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing I'll add, one more, Ashish. You mentioned about focus mode and D&D. There is one more option where for each app you can decide how much time you want to spend on it, and it will switch off. So I have put off for my WhatsApp, Insta, though I have not seen success over there. So I kept like 1 hour for Insta, but then I realized that how much time I spend on Insta actually, because 1 hour मुझे लगा वो खत्म हो गया. WhatsApp I'd put 2 hours, and I was like 2 hours was too less.
Yeah.
I sometimes, just gets over at 11 a.m. only, 2 hours or 12. And then I realize that pura din baki tha. But this helps, but because then you
कैसे
have
करते
to
हैं?
allow it. तो वो individual app में है, I think settings में जाके you'll have to go to the app, and when you click on the app, there is a feature. So you can decide how much time it should be working.
So it
and
will go off?
It'll go off, and then if you click on it, it'll give you a notification. Do you again want to put it on for 15 minutes? So you at least select 15.
आशीष एक क्लास इसकी भी रखनी चाहिए, how to use your mobile, various settings in it. Yeah, we don't
मुझे तो
even
अभी ये
know.
thought आ रहा है कि let's go back to Nokia phones. I mean, why even have smartphones?
Someday that's my dream to have a
Not
voice.
have WhatsApp only.
I loved
Not
it when
have
you said, use their landlines. Go back to the traditional way.
Landlines are the best. I
They
just
are the
love
best.
them.
In fact, world was moving very fine without these gadgets.
There
It
is
just-
a colleague of mine in the industry, and he's a owner of a big chain. He says, I don't have a WhatsApp at all. I was shocked. I mean, I said, how do you run your business? He said, my business is on the top. I mean, I don't have to use my WhatsApp at all.
But I
He
think
doesn't
there are
have
some,
WhatsApp.
depends on the type of business. There are so many businesses that thrive without social media. They don't need it. They
So
can
I'm saying
thrive without.
communication. I'm saying
Yeah.
communication.
Thought
Yes,
process na, Shruti.
communication.
Like
अब हमारे उसमें WhatsApp coaching करते हैं तो इतने groups हैं ना, how do you do without WhatsApp? I so feel that we could also do work without WhatsApp and
yeah, but
social
as long
media.
as serving your purpose, it's okay.
It's serving the purpose. Definitely, we are reaching out to so many people helping. So yeah, we have to then apply other rules.
So Dr. Abhishek, whom would you like to invite next?
Dr. Archana, please.
And I'll request, while we are waiting to hear from others, please, in the group, WhatsApp group tomorrow, please update the actions that you have taken. And, if you faced any challenge or you have any success, both share in the group. Dr. Archana, I'm not sure, is there? Hari, are you there? Dr. Rao?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hari.
See, I have taken 3 things. Limiting my time on social media, like setting my time for a certain period of time on a day. Second one, use only for learning, no entertainment on social media. That should be very specific. And substitute, I'm using a lot of Instagram 3 to 4 hours. You should have substitute it by learning, taking a book and reading it. So that 3 I'm going to do from there.
Very nice. So your voice was not very clear, Hari. So I'm just recapping. Reduce your time on social media, reduce your time on Instagram, and invest that in reading. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Rao, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr. Rao. You would like to share, Dr. Rao?
Nothing much, sir. I'm just following. I'm having a little disturbed track.
Dr. Rao, we can't hear you.
My connection is not proper, sir. It's just
Fair enough. So if you would like to, please update in the group, WhatsApp group. If you've not been added, you will be added to the group. And in case you would like to schedule a 1:1 coaching, please, get in touch with Vaishnavi and we will do the needful. We have done this. So thank you. Thank you for your time and thank you for being with us on this journey, making a more mindful planet, consuming less, being more present, being happier, more productive. That's the intention. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Ashish.
Thank
Wonderful
you,
learning.
Siti.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashish ji.
Thank you.